Now, if you guys are on the east side or the east coast, like I am, shout out to everybody that's on the other side of the fucking planet. But on the east coast, can we all agree that this weather is getting out of hand, bro? It's been winter for way too long. Like, I'm getting sick of this shit. Anyway, man, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, family? Y'all already know it's your boy Show Off. I'm back in the building, and if I'm not the first to cover it, I'm probably the flyest. But today we doing what we usually do. We popping our shit. You know what I mean? We going over these videos. We doing what we supposed to be doing. You feel me? But anyway, let's get to it. Cop discovers babysitter being eaten alive in her backyard. Let's get to it. That shit sounds crazy.
Like I'm falling out here and I don't know what to do.
Watch that dog here. 3 of them. Back up, back up!
A sergeant is caught in a terrifying encounter as 3 dogs stand between first responders and the victim of their brutal attack.
Well, it's pit bulls. And you know what they say with pit bulls. So,
In the chaotic aftermath, the question becomes who the victim is and whether help came too late.
They were guarding her. Oh my God, dude.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. After 4 p.m. on November 21st, 2025, dispatchers in Tyler, Texas receive a panicked call to 911.
okay, so we all just read that. This just happened probably 4 or 5 months ago in November. It's April right now. So yeah, this just happened, bro. Like, this is not this shit didn't happen years ago. This shit happened recently, so.
I showed up at my boyfriend's house to take the dogs out in the backyard, and I kept hearing the neighbor's dogs just screaming at the fence because our fence is kind of messed up. But now I'm looking through the hole, and they're literally, I think they're mauling at him. I think that's the neighbor. He's on the floor, and he's not talking back. I don't know if it's a girl or a guy, but my neighbor's a guy, so I'm guessing it's him, but they're like mauling at him. I don't know what to do. I'm a nurse, ma'am. But I'm too scared to go over there. Oh my God. The hair is short. I'm guessing it's a man, but honestly, it looks like they have leggings on. I don't know. It's between the women.
Do you still hear the dogs?
They're like, I don't know, like whining sometimes, and then it gets silent, and then they're whining again.
All right. Well, do you hear your neighbor at all? Are they saying anything?
No, I mean, I yelled, but, oh my God, I'm praying. I don't know. I hope that what I saw wasn't what I saw. Maybe it's just a big old toy, a big human-sized toy. I don't know.
All right. Well, the deputies and ambulance should be headed there shortly, okay? Just call back on 911 if anything changes.
Okay, do you know how long?
I don't have an ETA. They weren't that far, so they're getting there as quickly as they can.
A sergeant with the Smith County Sheriff's Office arrives just behind the local fire department, and together they rush toward the sounds of barking coming from the backyard.
I think he's dead, man. Right here. Watch that dog here. 3 of them. Hey, shoot him.
But with the victim sprawled out beneath the dogs, firing his weapon is too much of a risk. Instead, the sergeant runs to a gate on the other side of the house and radios for backup.
22, what's your location? Where you at?
I'm sorry, but I'm just not about to have 3 full-grown pit bulls in the house, bro. Like, they're too liable to do some bullshit. One day they might wake up on the wrong side of the bed and decide to eat your ass. Apparently.
Be there in about 2 minutes.
Knowing the victim may not have 2 minutes, he quickly decides to go in alone.
Shoot his ass. Shoot him.
You copy inbound traffic?
10-4.
Hey, left fire. No, I've got the gate open on the other side, but the dogs are mauling the body.
dog charges the sergeant and he opens fire, striking him multiple times. When it fails to stop him, he fires once more, and the dog collapses against the pavement. The sergeant keeps his gun aimed at a second dog, who sniffs his fallen companion.
We need another unit.
Dude, they were all eating on him.
I know, but if we can get to them.
We've got to get EMS care.
Okay,
But were they really eating the guy though?
get them there.
Oh, now that dog's scared.
That's 9 shots fired in the area of me. Hey, I've got an open door back here. They're good to pull him, yes. Back up. Don't do it. I can't find the door.
Close the door so we can
I'm working on it. Door's closed, yeah.
With one dog dead and the other 2 secured inside the house, backup finally arrives and joins the fire department as they work to pull the victim through to the other side of the broken fence.
Don't pull the fence down. Don't pull it.
Okay.
Is he alive though?
There's still dogs.
Okay.
Cutting the board right here. There's nail cutting, catching her close. Here, come on. I got it.
Oh, it's a woman, bro.
I got it. Yeah. Oh, nail. All right.
You got it. We're out.
The victim, who appears to be a young woman, shows no sign of consciousness. Her body is severely mauled, with deep, gaping wounds on her arms and legs. While paramedics get to work, the deputy joins the sergeant in the backyard.
So that door was open. There's 2 other dogs inside. That one came after me when I opened the gate. The other one came running up to him, but took off inside. Okay. I do not know if there was anybody else in the house. I have no idea.
Given the 911 caller assumed the victim was the male owner of the dogs, the sergeant quickly locates her with an urgent question.
Hey, does he live alone?
I don't know these cars. I see a gray car, a silver car show up, and it's a guy and a wife and like a kid.
Okay.
That's all I've ever seen.
Okay. Does he live alone?
The guy here
Yes.
is the one that had all the dogs.
Him.
But that was a lady that lived there with a baby, and they got in a fight over the dog before. Is it about a dog?
Yeah.
I know it is. I know.
About 3 dogs.
I know.
3 pit bulls.
This one owned the dog, and their main dog.
Well, I'm very aware. They were mean dogs.
I heard them fighting about.
They weren't fighting. They were attacking
No,
somebody.
about a month ago.
Okay.
And the woman and the man having a confrontation.
Who owns the dogs over
Some
here?
lady has a baby that lives over.
Where's
there.
she
I don't know
at?
if they're home.
Do you know what she
I
drives?
don't know anybody.
Do you know what she drives? The cars you've seen?
No. It's scary. Are they? Did they think the baby did it?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Fearing they may have just trapped the 2 remaining dogs inside with a helpless baby, the sergeant and deputy arm themselves with rifles and return to the house.
All right. Well, let's go find the baby. Locked.
See, I appreciate this type of cop work, man. I respect this type of cop work. All that giving motherfuckers tickets for tents and pulling motherfuckers over for going 5 miles over the speed limit, you get no respect. That is bozo activity.
Good? Yep. We're going to clear the house. There's a lady and a baby who's supposed to live here. Dog.
Unexpectedly, a voice calls out over the home security system.
Okay. Who's supposed to be taking care of your dogs? Who's your babysitter? Okay, where's the baby? Okay, so there's nobody here.
The sergeant instructs the couple to call the sheriff's office in the hopes they can confirm the victim's identity. In the meantime, he heads back to the neighbor's house to ease her concerns.
They're out of town. So them and the baby, everybody's out of town.
Oh, thank God. Thank Jesus. Good.
But the person they hired to come take care of their dogs got mauled. and we were not able to get to her before.
I understand, honey. It's hard. But see, I knew them dogs had been fighting.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a little bitty dog.
No, they were. None of them are little bitty. There's one less of them now because it charged after me.
They had to. Well, honey, I don't blame you.
Meanwhile, the other deputy speaks with the 911 caller, who grapples with the emotional aftershock.
I couldn't tell what I could see. I was just freaking out.
Yeah. No, that's understandable.
And I was like, I hope I'm wrong, but I still called either way. But
No, you did good. You did the right thing.
I couldn't keep looking if it was.
Yeah.
And I'm a nurse, so I feel bad because I could have, I don't know, maybe I could have done something, but I was too scared to go.
Calling us was the only thing that you could have done. Otherwise, that would have been bad for you. So.
Right, that's why I was scared. I was like, I can't go there.
Yeah, so, calling us was the right thing.
Damn.
Across the street, the sergeant learns more about the dog's history.
But I've heard dog fighting before. This ain't the first
And it's between this house and this house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wonder if they weren't going at each other. Do you happen to know what kind of dogs they have? Because all these are like pit bulls.
Oh, it's their pit bulls? I knew I saw a pit bull out in the driveway one day.
Well,
then it's them. I'm so sorry, baby.
it happens.
Yeah.
The dog's owners, Wilbert and Addison, finally reach a deputy by phone, and the heartbreaking truth of the girl's identity is fully revealed.
Okay, where are you located at right now, sir?
We're currently in Oklahoma. We're on our way back, though.
Okay. Who is supposed to be here to care for the animals?
Her name is Madison Hole. She's just supposed to, go over there every couple hours and just check on them, but we've never been able to get in contact with her yet.
Madison Hole, she's supposed to take care of the dogs? Okay. About how old is she?
She's 23.
23?
Yeah, she goes to college there, and she's going to college to be a teacher, so I'm not sure which college she goes to. Yeah, the dog is back out probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I texted her, and we haven't received a response, but I think she's in class.
The couple would later explain they met the college student, 23-year-old Madison Riley Hall, after posting an ad for a babysitter on Facebook. Madison had been babysitting their 3 children, all under the age of 5 years old, for the last 2 months, and they recently asked her to look after their 3 dogs while they were out of town.
Dogs and children are 2 different things, bro. She shouldn't have been looking after them fucking dogs, bro, especially pits.
Deputy doesn't reveal is that their description of Madison matches the victim, who is lying on the ground after a brutal attack carried out by the family's own beloved pets.
You alive? They're trying right now. They got the machine pressing her, doing the compressions, and they're going to hit her with a couple epis.
We haven't really evaluated her back. I mean, like right before y'all got here, we just had her drug out. She was face down.
Dog guarding her, man. Say what? They were guarding her. Oh my God, dude. You think she had been back there for a while or something? Or?
I mean, not that old, because she wasn't cold and she was still doing Uber,
Oh, okay.
and everything. That's why we're working with her. They all 3 had her right here. And just,
God, man.
pit bulls. 3.
Despite their best efforts, there's nothing the paramedics can do, as Madison's injuries are far too severe. She's pronounced deceased on the scene, and the sergeant calls in to his superiors with an update.
Well, there is one less alive dog, and also, unfortunately, one less alive dog sitter. I don't know. I'm not willing to sit in the house and talk over a ring cam over some dogs that just ate somebody, so pretty sure I broke my foot, though. It's like was running and hit a hole.
Wilbert and Addison later told investigators their 3 dogs, named Bodie, Lola, and Afghani, were not known to be aggressive, though Lola could be, quote, territorial. Addison shared that Madison would often watch the dogs and children at the same time, and on several occasions they would come home to find one or more of the dogs cuddling with Madison on the couch.
Now, it looks like, I'll be real, it looks like a man because the body's just so torn up.
Yeah, for more on. Down there, Rape them for more. Yeah.
Investigators later visited Madison's mother in person, giving her the most devastating news a parent could receive. Her mother showed them a video Madison sent several days earlier, in which she spoke about the size of the dogs, noting one of them weighed more than 100 pounds. In the video, Madison described the dog as, quote, defiant.
So I don't know why they did what they did.
I bet they did it over food, and she tried to break up the fight. And then they got it. Well, they saw you put the one down, and they were like, "Oh, I don't want that." Oh boy,
That's so sad, bro. Like, that's so fucked up, dude.
Yeah, because the real big one backed off.
That
we
one
went
was
inside.
the mean-looking one.
According to police records, the last message Madison sent was to her boyfriend at 12:16 p.m., letting him know she was on her way to check on the dogs. The couple reviewed their home security cameras, noting that at 1:13 p.m., one of the dogs can be seen inside the home with blood on his side. Addison assumed that two of the dogs had gotten into a fight, but the truth was far more devastating. Unfortunately, the home cameras did not record anything that could clarify what happened. But given the timeline, investigators assumed the attack began roughly 3 hours before the 911 call.
Yeah, when I talked to the neighbor girl that actually called 911, she never heard like her calling for help or anything like that. She just heard the dogs like they're
Fighting over each other. Or fighting each other over her, yeah.
Is maybe she was attacked and she was laying there, and every time she tried to get up, they would probably guard her. They would, so she just stayed there laying there slowly.
According to police records, the sergeant received treatment at the hospital for a minor injury to his foot. As for the remaining dogs, they were later seized and euthanized. Following a joint review by a Smith County Sheriff's Office investigator and the assistant district attorney, authorities determined that the dogs' owners had not violated any criminal statutes because they did not act with criminal negligence. The case was closed. Madison's mom created a GoFundMe to cover burial expenses, raising over $19,000. In the fundraiser, she shared that Madison was 6 months away from earning her bachelor's degree in early childhood education from the University of Tyler, adding that her daughter, quote, loved life with her whole heart and moved through the world with a free spirit that lifted those around her.
Viral.
That's fucking grimy, man. That's fucked up. Prayers to, her parents, prayers to her. You know what I mean? Hopefully they're getting through this time of grief, and I hope everything works out for them. That's fucked up, man. Cause babysitting dogs and babysitting children are two different things. I just feel like she shouldn't have been around those full-grown pit bulls, bro. 3 of them, that's 3 different personalities. You know what I'm saying? That's just dangerous, bro. Like, that's just dangerous. So, again, man, I just want to send my condolences to Madison and her family and stuff like that. But, yeah, man, the lesson here is, like they always say, bro, I think pit bulls might be a little bit too vicious, you know what I'm saying, at times. Like, I don't have any dogs, but the times that I've been around pit bulls, they was either good or bad. For me, it was never in between. So, yeah, man, it's fucked up. But anyway, appreciate y'all for tapping in. As always, always showing me love, you know what I mean? Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're gonna keep the ball rolling. Till next time, show off. Bow.